This is a DSi XLBurgundy console, serial number WW409499917. I'm going to quickly go over why I gave it the condition score that I did. Starting off is the physical condition of the shell, which I gave a 2 out of 3. Now, as you probably already noticed, this top shell has quite a few scratches in it. There's a couple good prominent ones, mainly this guy right up here. That's a pretty good scratch. I can kind of make it out with my finger as I drag over it. And there's just sort of the light ring of scuffs around the peak of the glossy shell, just a lot of very light scratches. And really, that's kind of the worst of it. Around the edges of the console, you can kind of make out some scuffs here. Around the edges, just a little bit of discoloration. Camera isn't really doing the best job here. There's a scuff right there. Looking around the edges of the console, it all looks really good. Come on, camera. Come on, camera. There you go. Put that in. I do have to get a stylus for this. I'll get it here in a moment. And the back, as you'll probably tell, there's an X with a line that travels all the way across. Now I can feel this with my finger, but aside from that, the rest of this console shell is in really good shape. Tiny scratch right there, and I had no problem with the face shell pieces at all. Might just have to clip this. There we go. So for the physical condition of the hardware, which is all of the buttons, I gave also a 2 out of 3. The face buttons, start, select, power, D-pad, all are fine. When I select shoulder buttons for these consoles, I try to match the condition of the shell. So because of that, the R and the L will have a little bit of discoloration to them just from scuffs, wiping off that color. I don't feel these with my fingers. They're just surface scuffs. The physical condition of the screens are the actual screens, the lenses and the surface of the LCD displays. I also gave a 2 out of 3, mainly because I'm going to be kind of combating dust as it falls on these consoles, because I'm in a rather dusty environment. This top screen has a little bit of a smudge underneath the screen lens as I was chasing dust, and there's just a couple specks of dust. None of these you can see when the display is on. On the bottom screen, there are a couple scratches. So I'll try and shine my light over. You can kind of make them out. Now, those are on the digitizer itself. This is an OEM digitizer that also has a screen protector on it. Both screens do. So those are on the digitizer, but they don't impact the ability, they don't impact the console. Since there's a screen protector, you don't feel them with your stylus. So they aren't perfect, but they're in very good shape otherwise. And then lastly, the screen condition, which is the actual displays themselves when the LCDs are on. I also gave it 2 out of 3. And it's not really going to come out here, but I think the screen matching is really good. You can kind of tell through the camera that the bottom screen is maybe just a touch bluer, but I'm having to really squint and to actually see that difference. Why I knocked it down from what should be an excellent, it's probably not going to come through this camera, and you are just going to have to take my word for it. But if I look very carefully, I can make out a very, very minor yellowing around the edges. It is incredibly minor. I've had to, when I was doing the final assessment, I had to turn this console on and off about 3 or 4 separate times just to confirm I was seeing. And usually with screen yellowing, it is very obvious. So it is extremely mild. And with most most of the matching in regards to, or which, how would I want to call it, with most of the problems related to the screen matching and the yellowing around the edges, if you're not looking at a white screen, if you're playing a game, you most likely won't notice it unless you're incredibly sensitive to it. But I think if it wasn't for that very minor ring of yellowing, which again was very hard to make out, and again, like, I don't even think it really even comes through on a camera. It's so faint. If you're very sensitive to that, that is something to consider, but I think it's a non-problem. But it's something I just want to make you aware of. So that is why I gave it the condition score that I did.